This video is brought to you by Pen, Paper and Scissors. The intent of this video is to provide a quick demo on how the puzzle event will be executed on 3rd January 2021 at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So if you haven't registered for this particular event, I would request you to visit this particular page. You can scroll down and follow the two-step registration process. That is, you need to follow us on at least one of our social media handles. We do publish hints during the puzzle event on these handles. And second is to register, you need to click on this particular link which will take you to a form that you need to fill in and submit. Within 24 hours of registration, you will receive the username and password, and that will be required to access the puzzle page during the event day. So apart from that, a user credentials email, you will receive another email within 48 hours, and that is this one which will provide you quick steps on what you need to follow at 7 p.m. So I will not read these steps out because you can definitely pause the video if you want to check it out. But two important things that you need to note here is one is that the link, right? Click here to visit the puzzle page. If you try to click it today, it will not work. So please do not panic that the link is not working. It will be activated at 7 p.m. only. The second thing is that at 7 p.m. when you click on this link and when this particular page opens, there is a possibility that you might still get the same error. So you need to ensure that you are logged in. If you are not, please access this My Account and log in and then click on the link. Because like I said, you need to be logged in and then only you can access this link at 7 p.m. So let's see what happens once you visit this page. Now, like you see, right, initially we saw that it was daytime, sheriff office, bank, hotel and so on. Now it's 7 p.m. so it's already dark. So there are these 6 locations out of which you need to visit the sheriff's office first. So let's go to sheriff office. Alright, so in the sheriff office, right, so you see that this particular event is a little different from the first event that we had hosted. We have tried to make it more graphical. So there will be certain objects, right, in this particular image. So you need to check how many objects are there and ensure that you click on each and every pin so that you get this information and you read it, which will be required for you to solve the puzzles. Now this particular section is sheriff office. Similarly, if I scroll down, you have the bank, church, hotel, etc. You have to visit each of these locations and you need to solve a puzzle in each of these locations. So what the overall intent is, there are 5 outlaws and there are 5 locations. Now if you solve the puzzle at the church location, you will result in an answer that will map you to one of these outlaws. So you need to finally go to the report section and you need to submit that this is the particular person who was found either alive or dead in church location. So I would suggest do not go to report section multiple times. Just go there when you want to submit all your answers, because once you submit, right, your first submission will be considered as eligible. So please ensure that you visit all the 5 locations, you play all the 5 puzzles, you map all 5 to 5 and then you visit report. You can have a look at it just out of curiosity, but don't submit the form is what I would advise. Now what is important over here is you need to click on each of this and note who is who. Like for example, number 4 outlaw is Bully. Now why this is important is that let's say you solve a particular location puzzle and you get an answer which is 4. That means that particular outlaw was present at that particular location, which will help you to submit the report. So now you know how it maps, right? So just ensure that you know the numbers and the names of these outlaws. Now one important aspect is the letter, because the letter is something that the sheriff has left for you. You see he's not around in this image, and it talks about what happens if the puzzle that you solve ends up in an answer, let's say 122. Now 122 is not something you can map with any of these 5 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how do you reach 1, 2, 3 or 5 from that 122 number is what the letter will explain to you. And so the letter and the report will provide you guidance on how to solve the puzzles and where to submit and how to submit. So let's move on to one of the locations only for sample purpose. Like for example, let's move on to store. Okay, so if you see, there will be an image similar to that. The number of pins will be different, but what I would advise or suggest is click on all the pins, listen what this guy has to tell you, and then that might guide you to solve this particular puzzle. Now post solving this puzzle, right, you cannot submit the answer on this page. So like I said, you need to write it down on paper, and at the end of it you can go to this report section and update your answer. So that's how the entire puzzle is going to work for this particular event. If you have any queries, any concerns, any questions, please reach out to us. I hope you have a good time. Thank you.